I'm a very big fan of my next guest. They just dropped a new EP called Quiet Pleasures. The lovely folks of Glixen
Hello.
are here with us.
Hi. What's up, y'all?
How's it going?
It's
Good.
Good to be in San Francisco.
San Francisco is so happy to have you here.
Yeah.
I'm excited. This is our third time here, and this is the first time that we've ever actually got to hang out in San Francisco.
Really?
We're here for 3 days.
Wow.
Usually, we come for the day, play, and then we drive an hour to Portland because
Right. Yeah,
we're not staying here. So.
touring life.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
So we're glad we got an Airbnb and got to spend all day yesterday on Haight Street and
Haight Street.
Haight Street.
H-A-I-G-H-T. Yeah.
Haight
Haight
Street.
Street. Dang.
Sounds so
We're
evil.
all nicer.
That's
like
how you know
Heights.
we've never hung out here.
Yeah.
Which is fine. That's cool that you went to Haight Street. Where did you go? What did you see?
We went to a lot of Y2K vintage shops. Allison's Ecstasy,
Ooh.
Roommates Vintage, and Blue Bin Vintage.
Yeah.
The other one. Then they went. What'd you guys do?
I went to Amoeba. I
Of
bought
course.
some Japanese horror movies I've been watching a lot, and I got a CD. We went to this bookstore too. I'm forgetting the name of it, but it was a lot of fun. It was sweet. We hit the bars after it too.
Oh,
We went
nice.
to a tiki bar.
You went to the Tiki
Tiki
Bar?
bar. We
Isn't
love
that place
tiki
a trip? It's like a throwback to the 60s or
It's
something
cool,
like that,
yeah.
right?
No, we're very huge fans of tiki bars.
Pierre, you are a skateboarder, as we were talking off camera about.
Yeah.
San Francisco,
yeah.
I'm sure you had to hit a couple of the hills.
No, actually, I mean, I was skating, but today actually was my first hill. We had to load in and then park the van up the hill. And I had to go and grab something. So when I was leaving, I was like, I'm going to grab my board and just bomb the hill. And
Nice.
yeah.
He can't go too crazy. We need him.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like,
That was the other thing, right? Sonia was
Yeah.
watching you. And, just for everybody catching up, it's Kier, Iceland, Iceline. I'm so sorry. Iceline, Esteban, and Sophia. Sonia.
Sonia.
It's Zofia.
just said it.
Zofia is in the other band.
She's great.
I love the dynamic between you guys. It's just, we've got so many different personalities. Sonia,
Totally.
what gravitates you to this band? What keeps you together?
I think my best friend being in the band keeps me all in, I would say.
Oh,
10 years.
wow.
Yeah, 10-year friendship. So
How did you guys meet
10
10 years ago?
I started working at American Apparel when I was in high school, and I met her there.
Oh, yeah?
And yeah, we just became friends. We had the same jobs after American Apparel closed. We just worked at coffee shops.
Yeah. We've had 3 jobs together.
Yeah. And then, yeah, we just would hang out, shop, party, rave. We would go to raves, go to our work at 5:30 in the morning.
She's your ride or die.
Yeah. Seriously, we've been through a lot.
Yeah.
And then I started Glixen in 2020 with Esteban and Kier. And then she was already playing bass for a few months, learning it, and I was kind of shy to ask her to play bass for Glixen
Why?
because I don't know, it's a big commitment. It's a big deal because I was very serious about it. It's a lifestyle, and it's something that I told all of them, this is gonna be serious. We're going to be touring. It's gonna be hard. It's not easy. So are you that's hard to ask your best friend that. It's a different dynamic, different things could go wrong,
Sure.
But
yeah. Sonia, what was your initial thought when she asked you or brought this
Oh,
up?
I was so down. Just without a doubt. I don't think I would have. I was down because it was her, and I love her, and I love her music, and
So up until this point, you heard some of the music.
oh
You
yeah,
were already-
I would go to all of her shows because she was in a band before Glixen, so I would go to all of her shows. Yeah, and also because I had just started bass, it was a little bit scary, but I think her being there made me feel like it was a very safe place for me to grow, and I knew she would support me. And like, you know, I'm like a baby bass player at that time. So yeah.
Were you playing in any bands? Were you trying
No.
to do something serious?
No, I've always wanted to play an instrument, and I purchased my first bass at the end of 2019, and then I was practicing.
Why the bass? That's a very...
It's a strong
Yeah.
instrument, and
Yeah.
there's structure, and you're just kind of like holding everything together, and I feel like that's how I am as a person, like in a way.
Definitely.
Also, I don't know, there's something just really cool about the bass. I don't know, I just like deep, heavy,
Heavy.
like that feeling of the bass.
So
It's very
it kind of
attractive.
was reminiscent of electronic music,
Yeah, that too. Yeah,
Raving.
yeah,
raving.
That's true.
for sure.
Who are your favorite DJs or producers?
Ooh. We love Doss.
Oh, DOS is so good.
She's amazing.
What genre do you gravitate towards? Is it the bass house, or is it dubstep? Is it
More like,
trap?
more like industrial electronic, more on the darker side, or like DOS is more like electronic. The only
So it wasn't like you were going to Decadence
no,
or anything like
These
that.
are just like
These are parties.
local like raves. Like
Okay.
yeah, we didn't really go to fest like that.
It was
festivals,
yeah, it was
I
more just
wasn't-
like industrial, like warehouse raves in Phoenix.
I see.
yeah.
So then, as you were trying to do something serious in 2020, you have this background, you meet with Esteban. Why did you choose him?
Because we are in love with the same music.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I love how he writes and I love how he plays guitar, and I don't know, we just immediately were compatible. So I just gravitated towards him for sure.
What kind of...
And he listens to me like
No, at the time I was just like, you know, I also went to Iceland's shows, and I was like, I love the way she sings and plays guitar. So like, it was just cool to finally, you know, meet up and start writing together. Just like picturing the same world,
Yeah.
music wise, like just being able to hone that in was really something special, and just never let go of that feeling. It's really crazy.
I think in 2020, everyone was obviously, you know, holed up in their homes and trying to figure out how to make music, what to make,
Yeah.
and all those things. What directed you into this genre, into this space?
I've always, like, we both have always loved this kind of music. Well, me personally, like, in 2020, I was really into, like, more dreamy stuff, and I was starting to get into heavier stuff, and I was taking psychedelics in 2020, a lot of them.
Okay.
And I was listening to Loveless.
All right.
And
Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
it's true, like, that whole time was
That's pretty
like,
juicy.
that's very true, like, because I forget that was, it was one of my favorite times, is like during like lockdown, when like I had work like 3 days a week, nothing was open, there was no plans, but to like make music.
Yeah, just
And,
like so much time to lock in.
Yeah, like, and that was kind of like at the end of my last band, and it was like a very like hurtful situation, and like I just kind of went on my own and started, because I used to write very much so with a band and like with the past person that I used to write with, and like I relied a lot on them, and so when that ended, I felt like I exploded into like my own person. And that's like writing all the songs She Only Said was like me locked away in the room, like just obsessed with like this music and wanting to create, just finding like, it was just very raw. It was like the first like 5 songs that we wrote. And I just fell in love. I don't know. I love the heaviness and the dreaminess and the melodies, and I don't know. It's like powerful, but also like beautiful, you know?
Yeah.
It's both. You
Yeah.
can cry to it. You can be happy to it. Like, you can feel everything to that music.
I think that's
So-
what your fans are taking away from this too.
So, and you can be hot to it. That's like a big thing. Like, we love, like, I've just always wanted to like incorporate like fashion and art and into the music too, like not just the music. And so this is very much a representation of us.
What type of fashion do you envision or do you see with this music that Glixen makes specifically?
What do you mean? Like,
Well, you say fashion, right?
yeah.
Not necessarily this genre of quote unquote new gaze. Because we could rattle off a whole bunch of bands and
Yeah.
every band will have its own aesthetic. So what is the aesthetic of fashion that Glixen kind of projects? Because if we look at the way that Kier is dressed, is a little different than Sonia, which is a little different than Esteban. I don't see any eyeshadow or mascara.
Oh, not yet.
Right?
We match so well though. Yeah.
No, but it meshes well. Like I said, I love what you guys have together here.
I feel like it's always changing too. It's just like
Yeah.
what we're into in the moment or how we're self-expressing ourselves in that time. But we definitely take a lot of inspiration from like, I don't know, these really
90s.
cool like 90s and these really cool like goth mangas like Nana and Paradise Kiss, those like fashion animes.
Yeah, movies from the 90s, Gregg Araki movies.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Totally.
That's kind of what we're watching and like reading in 2020 was a lot of
A lot of manga.
like, and Gregg Araki movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Watching Gregg Araki movies was like,
Yeah.
that was very pinnacle.
Yeah. And he's a huge shoegaze lover. So that's how
Yeah.
I like learned about a lot of shoegaze music was watching his movies in high school.
What's really cool is that coming up, you guys are going to be playing Coachella.
I know.
Yes.
I don't know how often you've been talking about it, but I'm so stoked for you.
Thank you.
I'm stoked that it's you, Julie,
Hey,
Yes.
Julie.
Oh my god.
right,
we're
that are
so
kind of
excited.
representing this
I'm
space.
so excited.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's something that like I've always wanted when I was like, when we were first making music, and I was like, this is gonna be like, this music's gonna be something. Like, I know, like, I know people want to feel this, like, and so I'm really happy that this is happening.
Rock music is coming back.
Yes, exactly.
And also bands.
bands.
Yes.
Exactly.
I love that it's bands.
It's so
It-
cool.
Me too.
Right? We've been having this little lull of like, okay, who are the great bands of 2024? And I can count them on my hand.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Have you been to Coachella before?
No,
None
Do
of
you know what
us.
to expect?
no.
Just
It's gonna be a lot. I'm
like word of
guessing.
mouth
Yeah.
stuff. But I'm so excited. I've always wanted to go since I was like little.
Yeah.
So pretty insane to be playing.
Which Kardashian do you want to run into?
Chloe.
Okay. See, I knew you had one. That's why I asked.
Yeah.
Chloe?
Wow. Well, again, I'm so stoked for you. Great to meet you guys. Best of luck with everything.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
So much.
And look forward to the set tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is the lovely folks of Glixen right here on B-Sides.